What is going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. And I don't know why I have so much energy, because the Suns just got bounced out of playoff contention for the first time since 2019. It's a sad day. A lot of changes are going to be coming to this front office, but most importantly, there's one thing that we have to take note of. This season was straight up belt to ass, bro. Belt to ass. Holy shit. 70 games of straight belt to ass. I don't know what we did to deserve this as a fan base. I don't know what I did personally. I don't know if I just slandered too much. I don't know what I did, but this has to be a personal attack at this point. Basketball guys, I apologize for anything that I did to upset you guys. I haven't been blessed since 2021. I'm sorry. I really am. You teased me with the Kevin Durant trade. I thought we were going to have great things. I thought we were going to have really good things with the Bradley Beal trade, which, looking back, I mean, that was a fucking tease. But yeah, no, it's cool. Without further ado, guys, I have nothing more to say. Let's get into why this season was such a flop. Now, getting into it, when you look at this team, there's talent all the way up and down this roster, starting from player 1 to player 15. Got Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal. You brought in Tyus Jones this offseason on a vet minimum, which we all thought was going to be the steal of the freaking offseason. I mean, we were pumped about it. That turned out to be a complete disaster. Tyus Jones, outside of being a spot-up catch-and-shoot player and maybe a little bit of a floater game, there's not much going for him in terms of being a starting point guard in this league, at least for the Phoenix Suns. He's a defensive liability. Off the catch-and-shoot game spotting up, there's really no point of having him out there on the floor at all. For one, he doesn't play make. He's not initiating the offense. That's why Devin Booker, once again, had to play point guard, be the playmaker. Same with Bradley Beal when he was out there on the court. There's no point. And then a lot of the main Suns issues was defense. We don't have any defenders, really. Kevin Durant is really our main defender, and he's 37 years old. At this point in Kevin Durant's career, we should not be relying on KD for our main source of defense. The Suns did a terrible job building around booking KD. They had 2 full seasons to do it. That first half season when they traded for KD, that was the best season we got with the KD tenure, was those 8 games in the regular season, and then the playoffs when we lost to the champs, the Nuggets. It's quite unfortunate. The blueprint was really simple. I think they had the blueprint, they had the idea in that 22-23 season when they had Chris Paul, Book, Ayton, and then that offseason they drafted Toumani Camara, which, look at him now. Arizona media will tell you all day. It doesn't matter. He's not a Scottie Pippen. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not so sure about that. Good luck, Chuck. Looking pretty solid to me. Didn't miss a game winner though the other night, which, whatever. But it's just been very unfortunate to see what the Suns did. It was kind of tough there in that offseason with Chris Paul. What they did there, the 2 choices there were either Jordan Poole, which probably would have been better off next to Book and KD, or Bradley Beal. The trade, which I've been wanting to make a video on this separately for a while, that Toumani Camara and DeAndre Ayton trade, that really made no sense to me. I know that Monty Williams and DeAndre Ayton didn't have their, they didn't get along as well, and I'm not sure if Ayton and Book or Ayton and Kevin Durant got along together well, but just they could have done better. I wanted them to at least give it till the deadline to see what worked, what didn't work. There was no reason for him to go trade for, out of all players and in all packages, Yusuf Nurkic and Grayson Allen. Oh, and I can't forget, we got Nasir Little, Keon Johnson, and whoever else in that return. I don't even know exactly. It wasn't worth it, though. And we helped facilitated a trade for Damian Lillard to the Milwaukee Bucks. And we also kind of helped Drew Holiday with the Bradley Beal trade go to the Boston Celtics. Same with Mr. Kristaps Porzingis. It's a tough one all around because it makes zero sense with what the Suns did. And I'm not really necessarily saying the Bradley Beal trade was the problem. I think things could have definitely been better if they kept that roster of DeAndre Ayton and Toumani Camara on there. I know Frank Vogel was very excited to have DeAndre Ayton there. He wanted to make him into all-star center, which I think, Vogel and Ayton were very capable of doing. I mean, in his opening presser, he was very open about DeAndre Ayton and what his intentions were with him. Team this year, and then just the difference between this season and last season, drastic. This team, this current season, wasn't as bad with turnovers compared to the season before. Frank Vogel, once again, not an offensive coach by any means. He's more of a defensive coach, which showed because this team last year, or the season before, I should say, they were better at defending and rebounding. The Suns, I believe, last season were a top 10 offense. I think they were ranked 10, and then we were ranked 13th defensively. I don't even know what we're ranked this year. I think we're probably a bottom 5 defense, and I don't even know what we are offensively. We're probably like top 15 or whatever, but yeah, it just shows what the drop-off was. Like, everybody says that 21 finals are almost a fluke, which I think you can argue. I don't think it was. I think we would have beat those teams no matter what. But it's gradually got worse season by season. The following year after the finals, we win those 63 or 64 games, and we lose in embarrassing Phoenix Suns fashion in a Game 7. I am, for one of the few people that are like, hey, I think it was time to switch things up. Because clearly, we were a young team. It wasn't working. And you go and trade for Kevin Durant. A lot of people will still argue that we should have kept Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson. Whenever you have a chance to go trade for a player like Kevin Durant of that caliber, and he wants to come play in Phoenix with a guy like Devin Booker, you go and make that happen. That is not on Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant has been fantastic in his tenure with the Phoenix Suns. Devin Booker hasn't taken a step back by any means. Both those guys have been playing out of their roles the whole time, pretty much. Besides that first season when we had Chris Paul, we had a true point guard. We haven't had one ever since. You had a guy like Devin Booker that can play make. I mean, he's up there. I think he has the better, if not the same playmaking capabilities of Jamal Murray, I guess. He's a natural born killer. He's a scorer. You put him out of position. Of course, offense is going to be tough. It's going to be tricky. Every shot, when you have one of your two main scorers trying to initiate the freaking offense, it's going to be tough. And then you have Kevin Durant as a freaking decoy? Like, what? Like, that's just not a recipe for success. And then you don't surround those guys with players that can defend, rebound, hustle, and for one, we're a super small team. Like, there's been lineups where we've had 4 guards out there, and then Kevin Durant. Like, what are we doing? That's not going to win you anything. Especially when you look at teams like Boston, OKC, freaking the Lakers. Like, come on, dog. Like, that's not going to win you anything. Even the Knicks, they got McCall and OG. Like, we don't have defensive athletic wings. We don't have that. And in today's NBA, you need that. And you don't see these big threes anymore either. Like, that's not really a thing. Like, the Celtics, they got Jason Tatum, they got Jaylen Brown, but they don't have a third big superstar. Like, they got guys that can be all-stars, but they're not. Like, they got Kristaps, you got Drew Holiday. Like, those guys aren't going to be all-stars every year, but they're there. I mean, Bradley Beal, I'm not going to lie. For being a third option, his production hasn't been terrible, and a lot of fans won't agree with that, and they probably won't side with that just because of the fact that they hate him. But I hate to be the guy that's like, he's not this, but he's not that. But this is kind of the scenario. Like, the Suns brought in a guy like Bradley Beal that is on a terrible contract with a no-trade clause, which that will never be forgivable. Josh Bartlestein and Matt Ishbia. But Bradley Beal has pretty much been used to losing his whole career. I mean, yeah, he made some playoff appearances with the Wizards when they had John Wall. But John Wall was the guy out there in Washington. He was the number one option. It wasn't Beal. So, even when Beal became the number one guy out there, he was scoring 30 points a game. But they weren't winning anything. They were barely getting by. I mean, they were the last seed in the playoffs. Beal hasn't really had, winning culture, winning basketball. And you want to go bring that in with guys like Kevin Durant that are true winners. That's not gonna mesh well. Like, you've seen it. You've seen the body language. You've seen how these guys are in the court. It's just it hasn't been the same. Like, there's a picture from a couple nights ago where Bradley Beal was freaking smiling at Steph Curry after he hit a tough shot in his face. Like, you don't want to see that, especially with like the point where you at in the season where you're trying to chase wins, you're trying to scrape by. Like, it's frustrating, but this offseason I think is going to be interesting. Devin Booker is probably going to put a lot of pressure on this front office, and it's going to get uncomfortable for those guys up there. They got to get rid of Josh Bartlestein. I mean, I didn't even know this until like a couple days ago, but he was like one of the top guys in the front office for the Detroit Pistons, and he tore them down. And now look at the Pistons. He's gone, and now they're a freaking playoff team. Cade Cunningham and them, like Cade and them, bro, like they're hooping. Then you're bringing a guy like that to Phoenix, like it's tricky, man. Matt Ishbia, I don't think knows basketball. Like, he has the money, he has the funds to make this stuff happen and make this team successful, but he doesn't have the knowledge, I should say, to put a team together. Like, I genuinely think there's definitely guys on the app, Twitter X, that can probably put together a better roster than what we've had the past couple of years. Like, they just completely went backwards with what the blueprint should have been with this team, and now we're here to deal with it. And the next 3 years are going to be tough. Like, there's going to be teams banging on the door for Devin Booker, and we don't know what Book's situation is going to be. He says he wants to be in Phoenix, but does he want to lose the rest of his career? Like, I don't know. And I'm not saying that's going to happen either. Like, we just got to see what's going to happen. We don't know if they're going to trade Kevin Durant, which it's probably going to happen. I'm not going to lie. I don't even know why I said I don't know if that's going to happen. There's like a 95% chance, like Gambo said, that they're going to trade Kevin Durant. Then, of course, Bradley Beal, he's going to be gone, which, oh my God, thank you. They just got to, I don't know, next season's going to look tough. But yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. The Suns are officially out of playoff contention, and the Big Three era, I think, is officially done. So thank you guys for watching this video. It's kind of a rant video in a way. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Is your barber black?
My barber is black, yes.
Very important details.